So cooking's one of my favorite hobbies and I'm a huge sucker for food, so I might as well do a food related video. One day I was browsing online like I always do and I come across this pretty interesting article that talks about the favorite foods of every US president we've ever had. And I think to myself, wouldn't that be fun to do a video on? So I did it. I know I have no life whatsoever. Oh, and by the way, I am going to link said article down below so you can check it out yourself if you want. Okay, so let's start off from the very beginning. We've got George Washington's favorite food, which was Hoecakes and honey. Okay, what better way to start than from the very beginning, right? And these I am trying for the very first time. Let's see how they are. Interesting. These are a bit rougher and grittier than regular pancakes. Because they're basically pancakes made with cornmeal. But I like them. Okay, now we've got the favorite of John Adams, which was hard cider, but here I'm doing a variation. This is actually non-alcoholic sparkling apple cider that I'm drinking. Perfect drink to wash down the Hoecakes with. As a matter of fact, they're right over here and I'm gonna have another bite right now. This is the video where we find out all the kind of tastes each president had, I suppose. Alright, Thomas Jefferson's favorite is going to be next. His favorite thing was macaroni and cheese. So, from what I read in the article, he traveled to Europe at one point and he fell in love with pasta and brought a pasta maker home so that he could share his favorite treat with the rest of America. Okay. How do you like your mac and cheese? James Madison sure had a sweet tooth. Know how I know? Because his favorite food was ice cream. So I've just basically got a simple scoop of Turkey Hill French vanilla right here. Gonna have a bite of this. Wonder what his favorite flavor was. Now, this is a very interesting dish that I'm also trying for the first time today. This is James Monroe's favorite dish. It's called spoon bread, and apparently it's kind of like cornbread, but it's in a souffle form of sorts. And this just came out of the oven, fresh and hot, and I'm gonna try it. Kind of has a salty texture to it, but I like it. We've got a healthy choice for John Quincy Adams, fresh fruit. So right here I made myself a bit of a fruit salad with blueberries, raspberries, grapes, and a banana. Fruit salad's one of my favorites. As long as it doesn't have any mangoes in it, because I'm allergic. But let's dig in. I don't expect anything else but pure wholesome goodness from fresh fruit. So what do you like in your fruit salad? Andrew Jackson's favorite was a little tricky. His favorite food was leather britches, which are pretty hard to come by these days, whether you want to buy them at the store or make them yourself, which is even more difficult, so I just settled with some roasted string beans. It doesn't really matter because I love string beans either way. I just took these and roasted them with a bit of olive oil. These are also a pretty healthy choice. When I was little, I used to love eating string beans raw. Now it's time for Martin Van Buren's favorite, oysters. By the way, I made oysters for the first time ever today. Let's see how they turn out. I had to pry them open and everything. Okay. I love seafood. Do you love seafood like me? What's your favorite kind of seafood? Also can't resist the crumb topping. Now right here we have William Henry Harrison's favorite dish, which is squirrel stew. Now, because squirrel meat is really expensive and hard to come by these days, instead I opted for chicken meat instead. Let's try this. Oh, by the way, please excuse the steam. I only just made this fresh just now. It's a little hot. Oh, hot. This is good. And finally, to close off part one of this video, we've got the favorite of John Tyler, the Tyler of Tippecanoe and Tyler 2, for those of you who are familiar with American history. Oh, by the way, just like I forgot to mention the squirrel stew before, this is my first time trying this as well. Okay, it's a little hot. Oh, really hot. But it's delicious. This is called Indian pudding, I forgot to mention. Unless I already mentioned it already.